So challenge we had, I suppose not a challenge, but a way we could be doing things a little bit better is on-site requests. We previously had just a basic like cognito form where we would put all the information in and then dispatch would call the contractor and get them on site for the work. Problem we're running into is sometimes the notes from the technicians were not quite complete enough. And we had some issues with the contractor not really having clear guidance on what to do. So I wanted to insert kind of a step in there where someone has to spot check the request itself and make sure it's working. So what we do for that is actually going to be in this flow here first before I dive into the bot handler. So we have a form here. And in this form, we have all of the information we need for the onsite request. But you'll notice there is a missing input here for fields. That's because I actually have some hidden fields that I'm going to be filling in from the URL to pre-fill a lot of the information here. If you're looking at service ticket, we have the company, the address, the best contact number, and the contact for who should be met on site already there. So no point having them enter that in again. So what we can do is we can go down to our pod here and we have a button for new onsite request. We go ahead and click on that, give it a second to refresh here. Pro tip for the pods, if you ever don't want to wait for stuff, you can close and reopen it. And that kind of force refreshes it. There we go. So note this form is unique to the ticket. And you'll notice that we have some query parameters up here for location ID, company ID, and SR number. These are all hidden text fields. And now that we have these in here, we can actually pick out the site contact from the list here, and it's going to fill in all the information. So we'll give a reason for our onsite. We'll say need to swap switch, make something up, go on site and swap switch. It's an example of a bad detailed plan, but we'll do that for now. Background tools, we'll say 30 minutes, 20 minutes of downtime. And yes, we need a switch, and the hardware has been shipped to the client. We'll go ahead and submit that. Now we should be doing a few things here. So we're going to get some information on the ticket and the location. We're going to update the service board for this ticket. Go ahead and list the company in Hoodoo to get the Hoodoo ID, make an asset for the onsite there, add information in the note, and then finally send an approval card. The very last thing we do here is go ahead and put in an org variable for the approval request so we can come back later and dig out that message ID. So let's go ahead and check our executions here. We see it's running. It has done two of the things. There we go. Awesome. Sending out the approval card. Yeah, we just got an alert here, so we'll go over to our onsite channel, and we have a new card here. We have the ticket summary, the onsite reason, plan, equipment needed, all that. We can go ahead and click approve here, or demo, and submit that. Now, the really cool thing is we give it a second, and there's a lot of people on this channel watching it, and several of them have the ability to approve things. Once the flow actually runs through here, we can see that this is going to edit and change itself to say it's been approved by me. The platform must be taking sweet time today, though. So while that's thinking about doing what I asked it to do,
then
we'll
approval, that's just a webhook call?
That.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's actually going into, here we go, the bot handler. So whenever you submit information in an adaptive card, it'll send it right back to the bot that posted that card. So we are listening in our bot for a response that has a value object on it. So we can look in the body here. We have value, and that's going to include a few things we actually don't see. We're still passing some of this information through the hidden fields, but this is going to come back as a value. So what I'm doing is I am looking for change control reply or approval reply. So we're saying if the body type is a message and the task type is defined and the task type is approval, we're going to go ahead and take this path over here. We're going to look at that org variable we set earlier to try to pull out its message ID, and then we can go ahead and update the card. Perfect. So now it says onsite request approved. And now everyone else knows that that's good to go. Back in the ticket, we can see a few things have happened here. we can see that this is now pending scheduling. We have all the information set into here. We have our link to Hoodoo, and then we have a link to a scheduling form, which also has a bunch of query parameters. And this is so the dispatcher can then call the customer or the contractor and put that information in there. And then at the very end, it will send out an email to the contractor with all the information they need for the onsite. And everyone is fully aware of what is going on there. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to run through to kind of expand on the bot handler. It's gotten quite a bit larger. There's a lot of things that come in through the messaging endpoint webhook. So I'm just evaluating for multiple different things here and then eventually adding an unhandle at the end. But one thing I do want to call out is notice how these are all no-ups and sub-workflows. Ideally, when you have these master top level handlers, you're not trying to do too many actions in them. And you are running them through sub-workflows just for a little bit of fault tolerance.